Okay folks, I'm going to jump back off of these rockers on the front and jump back on the tank just because I'm waiting on tires, and they was supposed to be here today but they're going to be here tomorrow I guess, and so we're going to get the tires mounted and want to check the trail and everything on the bike and make sure it's going to be alright before I do everything to lock it down complete. And someone had said something about making this longer to make it collapse more, and of course that'll work because of the leverage, but my problem is I will mess my trail up and I won't have enough trail. I actually put these holes back here to move these back to see if it helped, and it really didn't help much. These springs are so stiff, so I've just moved them back to here. I'll probably find another set of coils for it, which is not a big issue. We can come up with something. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and jump on the tank and see if I can get the tank closed in. I picked up some I guess it's poster board. Used to be poster board. They're not much bigger than construction paper now, but we're going to try to trace that out and see if we can get it cut out, and I'm probably going to do it in two pieces. We'll try to go across the top and around, and then we'll do another one on the bottom, and we'll put our tie together down here. It'd be nice to do it in one piece, but I think it'd be a bit of a hassle, so we'll just do it in two and get on that. And then I'm going to order, I've got one on my other bike, I'm going to order a cap that goes here with the welding bung. They're pretty cheap and they look good and they're small, so it'll work out fine. I don't know, I'll probably just put one in and then tie the tanks together. I mean, I'm going to tie them together either way, but I could put two caps in and make it look even. But I think one will be fine. So we'll get it on the way and then keep on this tank and see what we get figured out. But I think everything's looking pretty good. I like the looks of the front. I've got to make my spacers. Like I said, for now I'm not going to run any disc brakes or anything on the front, and I've got more work to do, like I said, on the rockers, and I've got to key the axles and all that good stuff. So but it's moving right along. Alright, let me get on the tank and we'll see what we can get done. Okay, worked on the gas tank a little bit. Got a lot of tows. It's actually the following day. I've been towing since yesterday, so I did get a little sleep last night, but not much. Tires come in today, and they're supposed to be in here yesterday. They come in today, and if you're wondering what kind these are called cheap tires. Cheapest thing probably on eBay, and these are 90/90/21s, which is supposed to be the biggest tire that you can put on a 21-inch 2.15 rim. Now, people have put in bigger ones on it, but these are the biggest ones that they recommend putting on 2.15 rims. So I want to get the tires on the rims so I can really see it and get an idea of what it's going to look like. And I kind of like that they have made spreaders for this. Hopefully them tires will stay out pretty good, because these are tubeless, so you got to pop them on the bead. So let me see if I can get one on, see how bad they're going to be. Okay folks, tires are on. Unfortunately, that's all I had time to do. I've got two tows to go do. So they don't look too bad. I like them. It gives it the sort of the board track racer look that I was wanting, with the narrower rear tire and the same height. So that's probably going to dictate, once I get this tank on there, of how I do my bars. Maybe a board track style bar instead of a beach cruiser bar or something. So anyway, but working out really well so far, and I think it's going to be fine. Trail is reading about 2.5 inches, but I can't get straight with my imaginary line. I can't get straight to the post because of my fork in the way. So I'm figuring it's about at least a 1/2 inch forward of that. So it should be about 3 inches of trail is what it comes out to be. So I think we're going to be okay on that. It might be a little bit touchy, when it comes to to turning. You know, keep your hands on the bars and, you know, not ride without them, but it's definitely got enough trail that it's rideable. So we're just gonna keep at it, like I said, and it's just like I've said before, you know, a mix between old school board track and a lot of newer design, newer things. So that's what we're going for. So it's not art, but it art to do. All right. Okay, folks, back to working on the bike. Been towing again, so on and off. I've got my first piece traced out for the gas tank, and this is going to be the top for the right side tank. So we're going to cut this out, and then we'll get to work trying to get it on there. All right, we've got our first piece cut out finally. Kept having to leave, so got a little bit of final grinding to do to make sure it's going to fit, and we've got to grind it real good on top and V it on both edges so we can get a good weld in there, and then we'll start forming it around. I may do it on the slip roll, and we'll see. It wouldn't take much. I mean, this is not bad to work with. So, which, you know, it's 1/8 inch, so it's a little heavier than what you would normally be working with on a tank. But like I said, I'm making this tank structural. So anyway, let me get to grinding some, make sure it's going to fit really well, and then we'll probably go ahead and put a roll on this end, and then I think we can just bend this end. It's not really that bad. So we just don't want any kinks in it. Don't want it to make it look like it's out of place, you know. So, all right. Okay, folks, we're getting close. It's not bent quite right yet, but working with it. And I may have to start tacking here shortly and bend it from there. But got it around. It's too far in down here. That's not a big deal. And it's too high here. And I haven't started back here yet. So. But I think it's going to work out just fine. We're going to go ahead and clean up some and probably tack it, and I can work with it a lot easier. We did go ahead and use the slip roll to put that curve in there, and that way it'll be a good even curve. And then I might bend it a little more, a little bit back here and stuff before I start tacking it. But I beat it on the inside edge good. Try to leave as much as the outside edge as I can, and you know, like I said, get a good hot weld through there, and we'll go from there. Okay, moving right on. Got it bent, got it all tacked on. Got to do the bottom side, and then probably weld it up good. You know, I'll clean it up and grind it some more again, and then we'll go down it with a good bead. And hot, fast, hopefully penetrate real well. But we don't want to build it too much. We don't want to build too much heat, but we want to make sure it penetrates. So, all right, we'll get the bottom side cut out and get it on, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, there's one tank. All the sheet metal done. The bottom side. 1/8 inch is a little heavy to work with in comparison to, you know, doing it out of thin stuff. So we was able to get it how we wanted exactly. So we've got to weld it all up. Now this is plenty wide enough for one of the small bungs, like the one I used in my other bike I built. So that won't be an issue. I may go ahead and weld this up, do a little grinding on it first, and then clean up and then weld it. And like I said, it is bead in there, so shouldn't be any issue getting a good weld on it. And then maybe we'll grind this one before we start on the other one, I don't know. And we might just leave it like this for now, so I'll decide. Alright, okay, we got the top of the tank done, and the weld penetrated really well. We're not going to have any, you know, leak issues. I'm not worried a bit about that. And you know, with it being 1/8 inch, you can really get the heat to it and it not warp. So you can see I rounded it just a little bit, and we'll probably do a little more. You know, we've got an 1/8 inch plate on the outside, so we've got plenty to round without even considering getting into the weld, or, you know, getting into the weld. So anyway, that's what it's going to look like. Nice and smooth. Won't be hard at all to body work and paint that. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. So we're going to go ahead and jump on the other side of the tank and try to get everything closed in on it before we do any more. Just wanted to show you what, basically what it was going to look like, welded in, ground down, and we're moving along, so show you more. Alright folks, tank number 2, we're getting ready to start doing some welding on it. See if we can get her together. Okay, got both tanks together. Haven't got this one welded up yet. Wanted to get it on here and do some final grinding and finish work to make sure that they're going to match perfect. And I think we can work with what we've got. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Haven't got a lot done, but it's coming along. I think it's going to look alright when it's finished up. So I still got front axle work to do. Was playing with the transmission, doing some work on it. Trying to figure out, I've got my gear ratio right. What I'm going to use, it's kind of weird because if I went with a 47 tooth on the rear and we've got a 42 tooth on the transmission that we have to run because it's got the clutches in it. So if I ran anything, if I ran a 1-to-1 from the engine, that's going to put me at 2100 RPM at 55 mile an hour. But I can't go 1-to-1 because I don't want to put that big of a sprocket on the engine for the primary chain. So basically what we're getting at is I'm going to put probably about a 34-35 tooth on the engine. I'm going to run the primary chain to that, and then we're going to downsize. We're going to go smaller than the 47 with the other sprocket on the rear. So we'll decide what we're going to do on it here later. I do have a seat coming, fuel tank, not fuel tank, fuel filler, that a weld-in bung we're going to get on there. Like I said, I've got some more shaping and stuff to do, but we'll get her finished up. And just want to show you where we was at, and like I said, just haven't had a lot of time. So I appreciate everybody watching, and till next time, bye.